The National Joint Powers Alliance, or NJPA, is a cooperative offering programs and services available for use by education, government, and nonprofit entities throughout North America. NJPA is a unit of government of the state of Minnesota, established by state statute. NJPA's purpose and mission is to provide programs and services, including cooperative purchasing contracts. Cooperative purchasing contracts are solicited in accordance with the competitive bidding and contracting laws and are awarded following the successful completion of the procurement process. It's a fair and simple way to make contracting effective for everyone involved. It works by making the contracting process more straightforward. The cooperative purchasing contracts provide the legal means to satisfy competitive solicitation requirements for government purchasing. NJPA coordinates the purchasing process and administers the contract as if purchasing entities had themselves conducted the procurement. NJPA members, education and government entities access these purchasing contracts through joint powers and/or cooperative purchasing laws in their respective jurisdictions. NJPA's ability to serve members with cooperative purchasing solutions requires a solid legal footing. While cooperative purchasing continues to be recognized as a best practice procurement tool for governments, the increased use and acceptance of this procurement method also has the potential to create new legislative and regulatory challenges and opportunities. These challenges and opportunities have the potential to impact the ability of NJPA to provide its cooperative purchasing contracts to members. As part of NJPA's commitment to serving its members with cooperative purchasing services, an increased focus on legislative and regulatory involvement has been implemented specifically in the practice of government relations. NJPA's government relations team works to increase its visibility and activity, seeking to improve the legal framework for cooperative purchasing across the country. The presence has included legislative monitoring, legislative advocacy, regulatory monitoring, and individualized outreach assisting NJPA members and awarded vendors. Let's talk a little bit more about that. For those that aren't familiar with government relations, there are a few things you need to know. On a basic level, government relations is a set of people who work to influence government and public policy on all levels, from your local cities and counties to your states and regions. Their reach also extends all the way to Washington, D.C. in the national stage. It's important to understand that the people who do government relations aren't politicians. They are advocates. They advocate on behalf of issues that are important. For the National Joint Powers Alliance, it means advocating for cooperative purchasing at all levels of government, telling the story about the benefits of cooperative purchasing. That might mean working with the state's administrative or regulatory agencies to ensure that NJPA contracts and the procurement process meets required standards. Or it could mean meeting with members of Congress in Washington to effect legislation that might influence the power of cooperative purchasing. Here's an example. The NJPA government relations team successfully stopped the passage of a bill that would have limited the amount of cooperative purchasing that could happen in a state. In another, they partnered with school districts and local cooperatives to address issues in meeting audit compliance standards. In another state, they successfully worked to pass legislation that expanded cooperative purchasing opportunities available to that state and its counties, cities, schools, and other governments. Regardless of the venue, NJPA's government relations team advocates for the entire cooperative purchasing community and for those that utilize cooperative purchasing. The NJPA government relations team is here to advocate for you. Contact us now at njpacoop.org.